Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Conversations. And I wanted to make you aware of something very cool that we're doing on a subscription basis, and we'll put a link in each one of our episodes. But every Wednesday, we're going to be doing what we call an audio podcast workshop. That workshop will be roughly about 14 to maybe 20 minutes per episode, with each month having a theme from a coaching model, using feedback strategically, to coaching self-awareness, and so on. So if you could look in the body or in the content description of each episode, and you will see a link where you can join this subscription. These are literally 4 workshops every month teaching specific strategies to address a particular area of workplace coaching as it relates, again, to things like awareness, motivation, teamwork, and what have you. Here's the cool thing. It's only $10 per month, and each month you will get a handout that we will follow along with. So we also give you a tool for you to take notes as we go through each episode. We hope you'll check it out. So often when we have a crisis, we tend to think about survival. We don't really think about, thrive. We tend to think about, how do I survive? And I think employees do the same thing. Yet a crisis serves a really unique purpose. I remember in 2008 to 2010, things were terrifying. I mean, there are documentaries out there that literally show that we were within 48 hours of not being able to take cash out of banks. Think about that. Now think about our current crisis. Crisis really serve a lot of functions, but I think the major function it shows is it reveals character. Not that people lack character, yet it reveals character. Are we going to succumb to the pressure? Or are we going to overcome? Many people will start to get their resume ready, and they've got to cover their butts, and they've got to really be careful. I got to make sure everything's okay. And that's human nature. That's not a bad thing. Very few people instinctually, at least initially, say, how do I help my company? Every company is navigating murky waters. Every company has had unique things happen to them due to the crisis. And I think about a fundamental concept of stepping up. I remember in 2008 to 2010, there were 2 clients of ours, the Inpro Corporation in Muskego, Wisconsin, and the Milwaukee Brewers baseball team. And I always remember how good they were to me. And I remember how they treated me. And they stuck with us when a lot of people in our industry were having cancellations in their business, probably very similar to now. Now, even now, we have not had a cancellation. We've had people push us back. And it's so interesting. And I wonder why. Now, do I think we do a good job for our clients? Yeah. Do I think we're accessible? Do I think we work our butts off? Do I think we go above and beyond the call of duty? I hope so. And when I'm talking to clients, I tend to think about, what are you learning during this crisis? And one of our clients is a former Inpro person who's a vice president. And I was asking him that question. He said, it's so interesting. I go back to my days at Inpro, and I now realize as a leader what I need to do. And I thought, wow, that's almost 10 to 12 years later, and that still sticks with him. And I said, well, what does it teach you? And he said, we got to step up. We're in a tough business. We got to step up. So think about a program, think about a training initiative, think about something that can get you to step up. Think about what you're going to do to get them to step up. Think about what you can do to get people to look at this situation opportunistically. How to create a wow factor to customers when they're not expecting it. How to become great teammates. How to handle conflict. I'm amazed today that if companies have people with discord inside their organization during this time, reveals incredible character. Well, I can't work well with that person. Seriously? You've got to be kidding me. We need to step up. We need to do things differently. We didn't ask for this, so we can't hide behind it's a tough crisis. It is tough. So how do we get our employees thinking differently? So let me give you probably the dumbest question I've ever given anybody or a group of people. What are you going to do to step up? That's it. What are you going to do to step up and differentiate yourself? What are you going to do to step up to wow a customer? Start with that phrase. What are you going to do to step up? Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.